Good morning, children. Let's get this started. So I'll show you how to do this Google drawing. Pretty easy to do. It's right there on your drive. So if you go to your drive, now I want to really just kind of state here again that this is a powerful tool, and the elements that you're about to learn are very important in all fields of design. And the important part is I want to show you that what they like to do is they like to reference an image and then layer up over top of it. That happens all the time, certainly in automotive design and engineering. That's the way they do it nowadays. And this Google tool allows us to do that. And what's nice is it's right there in our drive, and so we can save those files right into our drive. It saves time, and so I really like this. So let's do it. So if you see when you go to your drive down in your folders, you can go and find a Google drawing. It's got this red icon with the circle and the square. That's what it looks like. And I like to drag this out. So one of the things I put in for the assignment is drag it down, drag it out a little bit. You want a bigger canvas for your drawing. And so you can kind of slowly, I've got this thing zoomed in. Here we go, sorry. There we go. I'm holding control and then I'm rolling my mouse, or you could do two fingers on the trackpad to scroll in and out like that. So what you're going to do is the next step here after creating the drawing is I've asked you to put your name in. So Mr. Field, good. And I think I've called it curve sketch practice. So it should be your name like that. Then I want you to go file. Oh, you're going to figure out what image you're going to trace. And in the Google assignment, I think I have, this is just an example of what one of these traces can look like. Here's another. We could choose to do the automata car, Automoblox actually car that we're going to model later. But I've also put some images of some other sports cars in here, or you could choose the face here. And here's my example of what that might look like once you've done that. And in fact, I added to that one a little bit. I really wanted to actually show that to you. So I'm going to pull up this Google drawing here just to kind of show you. This is a good example of what we're doing here. So I'm just going to click on this image that I put in here. And under format options, you can adjust things like the transparency. So I make her go away completely, or I can bring her back, or something in the middle. And I've also adjusted the brightness of this image and the contrast a bit. But basically, as the image comes in, it looks like that. And so what I do is I come in here and make it a little bit more transparent. This is a really key layering option that you would use in like a Photoshop application or any kind of design application. So these tricks are important for you guys going forward. So I'm just going right into them. All right, so again, I'm gonna make this a little brighter so that my sketching over top really kind of sticks out, okay? And any one of these is just going to be a curve element. And even this one that makes up the eyebrow, and I colored the background, again, that's just a curve element. I'm going in there and tracing and copying her face. So I'll go back to this new sketch that we created and do this. So insert image. And if I already have an image open, which I've asked you guys to do, is go into the assignment and open one of these images. So I'll take this one. Actually, now that I'm looking at that, you don't actually open that image in your drive, do you? So I'll have to change that in the assignment a little bit. If you open this, I don't really have an app to view it because it isn't a Google drawing, but, oh, here, this is what we can do. I don't think that works. No, that just does that. We can download it, and we can download it to our drives if we have a Chromebook. If not, on a PC, we could download it. And then when we come back over here, we should be able to insert it. So if I have a PC, I can upload that image from wherever I saved it on my computer. And since I already have these images in my drive, there it is. I'm going to insert it. So there you go. And now what I want you to see is if you pull the handlebar this way, you're going to distort the image. So be careful not to do that. Whenever you resize an image, you really want to pull on these handlebars here. So you can see that this image kind of has a lot going on the top and bottom that I don't need. Watch this crop option. If I hit crop, I can lower this. Oops, I messed this up. You have to just be careful to make sure you click right there where you see the arrow like that. You can't be sloppy on that. And then watch. Now I can drag this image out, make it a little bigger. I can get a better sketch that way. And I'm going to highlight it, go to that format options, go to the adjustments, and I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to make it more transparent. Now, this is what it's all about, guys. This curve tool. It's important for us because this is how 3D modeling works. And it's great practice, and it's great for doing the design sketching and ideation. So with a curve tool, watch this happen. I'm going to click it. And then you see how I have a curve to this car, a nice sweeping curve, right? Well, all I'm going to do is put a dot at the top of that first bend, and then a top or a dot or a point at the top or the bottom of the next bend, and then I'm going to double click, and there it is. There's a curve. Well, what's important about that curve is I go back to the pick tool here. There, I can double click it, and then I can go in and actually move any of the node points. And this is how it's done. Because now in this case, I can get those just right to make sure it fits. And so watch this. If I zoom in, so if I go view zoom 200%, and I can kind of come over and just get that adjusted. I can zoom right in. There we go. I'll zoom back out. And what I want you to try and do is do that for the whole car or image or the face if you're doing the face. Again, note that up here you can actually change line, you can make it gray, or you can change the color of it, you can change the thickness of it depending on what you want. And you can even put in fill color. That's something I just learned. That's not going to be terribly useful to us in most applications, but it's a good thing to know how to do. So when you look and see what I did here with that tracing image that I got of the face, I was able to put in kind of cool effects with that background color going in. So practice that and do that till you've got the whole image outlined. Again, there's other tools in here that you can use, like you could put in obviously any kind of shape if it works for you. In this case, watch me put in a circle here for the rim of that wheel. And I know that there we go. And I can stretch that out to make that match too. There we go. That's perfect. And then I probably want to get rid of the background color in this case, which means transparent. There we go. Now I can see through it, and I can change the weight again. And then you can do line tools too, but most of what you're going to want to do in copying the images is use that curve tool. Get some practice with that. And you'll find it's pretty fun. It's a pretty cool tool. You can really go after it and make some really great illustrations. By the way, so watch what happens when you eventually get a good drawing like this one that you put some work into, and you make the. Uh, so if I take that transparency all the way down, you've got a really nice sketch illustration. What's going to happen ultimately is we're going to use those kind of sketches and put those into the computer for 3D modeling. Again, we're going to model that into 3D over top of this sketch. So just like we're sketching over a real world image, in 3D modeling, we create 3D images over top of sketches. So it's kind of an infinite loop, huh? Okay, enjoy. Hasta la.